Bradley Walsh has spent a lifetime filling living rooms with laughter. Whether he's cracking jokes on game shows, sharing father-son adventures, or simply flashing that unmistakable grin that millions adore. He's the person viewers expect to brighten any room he walks into, the one who can turn even the dullest moment into something unforgettable. But behind the cheerful jokes, the warm smiles, and the effortless charm, a far more vulnerable chapter of Bradley's life has quietly unfolded. A chapter that even he, with all his energy and optimism, never imagined he would face. It began during a time when his schedule was busier than ever. Bradley was juggling filming commitments, exciting future projects, and plenty of family time. But along the way, he started feeling unusually drained, an exhaustion that didn't match his famously tireless personality. He brushed it off at first. After all, being everywhere at once eventually catches up with even the most energetic people. Still, something didn't feel quite right. Donna, Bradley's partner in all things, his teammate in life, his calm in every storm, noticed the difference before he even said a word. She always had that instinct, the kind that comes from 3 decades of laughter, shared dreams, and everyday life blended so tightly together it's nearly impossible to picture one without the other. She encouraged him to get checked, gently but firmly, the way someone does when they love you more than you sometimes love yourself. Bradley finally went in for what he believed would be a routine checkup. He joked with the nurses, made light conversation, and kept the mood upbeat, because that's who he is. He knows how to make people feel comfortable, even when he's the one in the middle of uncertainty. But then the results came. Life has a way of changing in a single moment. An unexpected sentence, a quiet pause, a look exchanged without words. And when doctors explained the seriousness of what they had found, everything around Bradley seemed to fall silent. The words weighed heavily. His usual quick wit, the humor he uses to soften the edges of hard moments, simply vanished. Bradley felt the air shift around him, and for the first time in a long time, the man known for making the world smile had no idea what to say. Donna reached for his hand instantly. She didn't speak at first. She didn't need to. Her presence alone was grounding. It was her way of telling him, without a single word, "We will get through this." The drive home was quiet. Not cold or distant, just full of emotions too big to fit inside ordinary conversation. Donna held on to his arm the same way she did in the earliest days of their relationship, when the two of them would walk home from evenings out, laughing at absolutely nothing and everything at the same time. When they stepped inside their home, familiar warmth greeted them. Photos lining the walls, memories tucked into every corner, and the echo of 1,000 shared jokes. But despite the comfort around them, the weight of the news pressed heavily on both their hearts. Donna, who had held herself together with incredible strength at the hospital, finally let her emotions spill out. Not because she was giving up, but because that's what love looks like. Feeling every fear deeply, even while choosing hope. Bradley wrapped his arms around her, reassuring her even through his own worry. Their life had always been full of playful teasing, light-hearted banter, and silly moments that kept them young. But on this day, they held each other with a kind of seriousness that only comes from a lifetime of connection. Barney arrived soon after, instantly sensing that something was wrong. He listened carefully, stayed close, and embraced both of them tightly. If you have ever watched their adventures together, you already know the strength of their bond. The laughter, the challenges, the shared courage, it was all real, and now it mattered more than ever. Barney didn't hesitate. He told his dad he'd be there for anything and everything, whether that meant early mornings, late nights, hospital visits, or simply distracting him with ridiculous jokes. He was ready. The Walsh family has always operated as a unit, and this time would be no different. Friends who had worked with Bradley for years began checking in quietly, offering support without fanfare, respecting the family's privacy while making sure they weren't facing anything alone. Their home filled with love, gentle, steady, unwavering love. But beneath that warmth, worry still lingered. Despite the emotional storm, something remarkable happened in the days that followed. After the initial shock faded, Bradley's determination kicked in. He began asking questions, learning his treatment options, and making clear to everyone around him that he was not backing down. He joked again, carefully, softly at first, and soon he was making Donna laugh in the way only he could. Even in the toughest moments, he found cracks of light to slip humor into, proving that his spirit was far stronger than any challenge placed in front of him. Donna stayed constantly by his side, making sure he rested, making sure he ate, making sure he stayed focused on recovery rather than fear. She shielded him from unnecessary stress, organized their days, and reminded him of every reason he had to stay hopeful. And when he needed a moment of vulnerability, she gave him that space too. Barney became their anchor, lifting spirits, handling practical details, and adding a youthful energy to the household that kept everyone grounded. He reminded his parents of all the adventures still waiting for them, whether on screen or off. Meanwhile, whispers of Bradley's struggle reached his fans. People across the country sent messages of encouragement, kindness, and love, filling social platforms with stories about how Bradley had brightened their days for so many years. Viewers shared moments when his humor helped them through their own difficult times. Others simply expressed how much joy he had brought to their families. Bradley read some of these messages in quiet moments, moved by the overwhelming support he felt. It felt surreal to him. He had spent his career entertaining people, never expecting that one day those same people would rally around him. With Donna's devotion, Barney's strength, and an outpouring of love from fans and colleagues, Bradley felt a powerful sense of motivation building within him. He was ready to face whatever came next with courage, humor, and hope. Their home may still be filled with worry, but it is equally filled with laughter. Sometimes quiet laughter, sometimes the kind that makes you forget, even for a second, that you're in the middle of a storm. Bradley has always believed in finding something to smile about, even on the hardest days. And now, surrounded by the people who know him best, he's holding on to that belief more tightly than ever. As the family focuses on healing, every day is taken step by step, with patience, love, and a determination that refuses to fade. They lean on each other, lift each other up, and never forget to find humor in the small things, even when life feels heavy. Bradley's journey is far from over, but with the support of those closest to him, the warmth of fans who admire him, and the quiet resilience that has always been part of who he is, there is every reason to believe in brighter days ahead. For now, the Walsh family continues forward, together, hopeful and stronger than ever. And for everyone who cares about Bradley, the message remains simple. Stay kind, stay hopeful, and never underestimate the power of love, laughter, and family, especially when life takes an unexpected turn.